Good morning, everyone. I hope this video finds you well and that everyone is having a wonderful new year so far. I wanted to take this time today to actually introduce myself a little bit. I wanted to give you a little bit more of an idea about who I am and where I'm from and all those fun little questions that no one asked to know, but you're gonna get to know them anyway. So here we are. I used to have a blog, and like with a blog there's an about me section, but with YouTube it's more just kind of you watch videos and you get to know somebody through that. So, and if you like this video or if you have any other questions that you'd like me to answer, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and write your questions in the comment section below and I'll be sure to answer them in another video. This is going to be kind of a general about me, and then I'm also going to write a fitness about me with like my fitness journey, like my favorite workouts, stuff like that. So the first question that I have is, what is your name? And this might seem self-explanatory for some people, like obviously Whitney Simmons, Nikki Blackadder, like they have their names as their profile. My name is Karen Osborne, but I don't really like my name. It's really a mom name. Everyone's gonna be like, that's my mom's name! Yeah, I know. So instead of going by Karen, I really want people to think that I was like knitting pot holders and I was like 65. So instead of using my first name, I used my nickname from high school, which is KO. And you'll probably notice by a lot of my Instagram and social media, I go by Karen Elizabeth because that's actually my full first name. Next question that I have is, where are you from? I am from upstate New York. I'm originally from Syracuse, New York, but I moved to Ithaca, New York. The next question is, how old are you? I am 24 years old. And this is not part of the question, but I'm a Gemini. So, and this one I added because it's kind of, like I didn't realize that this was different. It says, how tall are you? I am 5'10". I didn't know that I was tall until I went to college because I had very tall friends in high school. Like all my girlfriends were over like 6 foot except for a couple. And my mom's 5'11", tall, my dad's tall. Like I kind of grew up being the shorty in the family. Like I thought the average height of a woman was like 5'9". It's not. I don't know what it is, but it's really not that tall. Did you go to college? Yes, I did go to college. I did not have a typical college experience. I went to Syracuse University for 1 year where I was a business major, and then I transferred to Cornell University where I was a communications major. Unlike most schools, communications at Cornell is more psychology of mass information than it is broadcasting or journalism. I was able to combine that with an enhanced business minor and a law and society minor as well. I was going to be doing a 5-year plan total, and then I ended up taking a year and a half off in the middle of that also. So I took a little bit of an unconventional path, but I really loved, like I really appreciated the journey that my education took me on. Are you a cat or dog person? If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you'll know that I'm not a cat person. I am so much a dog person. I love dogs so much. They make me happy cry. They're so great, and I hope my goal, like I hope by at least like March I'll be able to adopt a dog. I wouldn't say that I hate cats. I would just say I strongly despise them and they're not really a fan of me either. What food could you eat all day, every day? If I had to pick like a category, it would probably be breakfast food. I always spend like $30 at brunch because I love that you can get sweet and savory, like Eggs Benedict, and then you can get like pancakes and waffles and French toast and other things that are really delicious. In case you haven't noticed from my Instagram, I love eggs. I love to cook breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day, pretty much. Like I love trying new things and mixing in, like experimenting with different combinations. The next question is, were you active growing up? Yes, I was very active from a very young age, starting with I did jazz and ballet for 7 years, and then I did competitive swimming, ski racing, softball, volleyball, cheerleading. But my main focus, I started riding horses when I was 7, and I stopped when I went to college, but by the time I was a junior and senior in high school, I was nationally ranked for my IEA team, like top 10. I was captain of my equestrian team, I had 2 horses, and I rode horses 6 days a week, and like what I did. Every high school has like that crazy horse girl, and I was just like the nerdy horse girl. Like we had like the cool horse girl, and then I was like the nerdy horse girl. I'll save the rest of my fitness journey for a fitness journey video, but that's a little bit, I was definitely very active growing up. I just looked up some other questions and some of them are actually really funny. Like, what animal best represents you and why? I would be a pug. I'm not gonna lie, I have exercise-induced asthma, and I'm very derpy and awkward sometimes, like in like a funny way that's endearing. Like that's how pugs, like everyone's like, pugs are so ugly, and I think they're so funny. Like they snort, and they like evolutionarily should not be alive, but people have decided that they're cute, so like here they are. Another question is, do you have any secret talents? Which I think that's a dumb question, because it wouldn't be a secret if somebody shared it with you. Do I have any talents that people are not necessarily aware of? Yes. My two like fun secret talents would be I can make balloon animals and I can decorate cakes, like actually with the roses and all that fun stuff. Basically, I could be a clown if my future profession doesn't work out. And then my other secret talent that actually I didn't know was a secret talent, but has been like extremely useful, is I can speed read. My parents sent me to speed reading camp because that's what you do in upstate New York. Like you go to summer camps, and like I went to this college preparatory high school, and my parents just sent me to like speed reading camp, and the teacher was like, why are you here? Like I read faster than she did. I was like, I don't know, my parents just want me to be like smart. Don't get me wrong, my parents were great. They're fantastic people. They were not like helicopter parents. They were just kind of like, we don't know what to do with you while we're gone all day during the summer, so go to nerd camp. When everyone else was like learning how to be cool at like lacrosse camp, I was at like speed reading camp. You're gonna be like, that makes a lot of sense. So it's fine. I can't find the question on the list, I lost it, but it's, if you could tell anything to your 16-year-old self, what would you say? And I think that I would tell 16-year-old me first to not be such a brat. I was 16, you know, like you ever meet a 16-year-old now and you're just like, oh my god, you're the worst. When you're that young, you don't have the world experience to think about anybody but yourself. So I would tell myself to stop being a brat, and I would tell myself to appreciate my parents, to spend as much time with them as possible, because I realize now as I'm getting older that they're really not going to be around forever, and the time that we have together is very valuable. And I would also tell myself that everything is always going to be okay, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. I know that's like a typical Pinterest quote, but there's been so many times I remember, like at the end of high school, beginning of college, where I thought everything was over. I thought my life, like I went through, like I broke up with my high school boyfriend, or like I didn't get into Cornell right away, and I was just like, oh my god, everything is so wrong, like I'm never going to amount to anything. Like it literally is so dramatic. And I look back at that now, and those were so trivial to some of the things that I've gone through and learned from, and those experiences are part of life and they're natural, and it's so important to just remember that like those are growing pains, and you'll look back and laugh and appreciate the struggles that you went through and the problems that you had, and at the end of the day, like everything is okay. As long as you have your health and your family, at the end of the day, you're okay. But I believe that family is not just people that you're related to. I have people that I'm not related to that I consider to be family so much more than people that are actually blood relatives. And that's just because family, they're the people that are there for you no matter what. Do you have any tattoos? No, not yet. I do want one. And when I get that, I will probably not share it, because not everybody needs to know everything. Favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is actually the 4th of July, and that sounds so like America, but it's really more like I've never had a bad 4th of July holiday. It's a really great opportunity for people to get together without some of the stresses that the other holidays can have with them. I love Thanksgiving and Christmas, but at the same time I think a lot about the people that don't have families during those times. The holidays can cause a lot of stress for people, especially like if they don't have money for presents, or don't have a place to go, or don't, like I think a lot about, DC has a very prevalent homeless population, and it breaks my heart because whenever during the holidays I really think of those people that don't have anywhere to go and don't have anybody to be with. And the 4th of July is kind of a more carefree holiday. There's not the pressure that comes with some of the other holidays. Okay, this is going to be the last question, but the question is, what is your biggest pet peeve? I really hate when people tap, like people that like tap on things, or like when you know, like when you're in a test and someone's tapping their pencil and you're just like, do you have a death wish? No, someone's like tapping their pencil or wiggling their leg and it's making their chair squeak. Like that stuff drives me insane. And the other thing that really bothers me, I guess, like I would say that when people chew with their mouth open and smack, that's like a huge pet peeve, but I think that having bad manners in general is a really big pet peeve of mine. I was raised to have really good manners, to always have really great etiquette, always be very polite. Like, don't slurp your soup, chew with your mouth closed, put your napkin on your lap, like that kind of stuff. Hold the door, like basic common courtesy, like hold the door open for somebody behind you and things like that. I would say that you don't necessarily notice if somebody has good manners, but you always notice if they have bad manners. So I'd say that having bad manners is probably my #1 pet peeve, with chewing with your mouth open right at the top of that list. You know, this is the thing though, is like Karen is a mom name, but there's like mom qualities that come with it, I swear. Like, you can't win them all. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and getting to know me a little bit more. I will be doing a fitness question and answer, and if you want to actually ask me any questions, you can reach me on Twitter or DM me on Instagram. I'll put both of those like all up in here. I'd love to see if you have any about you videos and you think that we should be friends. Let me know. We'll check those out. Please make sure that you are subscribed. I really appreciate the support of everyone that's subscribed so far. And have a great weekend. Bye!